He's often labeled the father of free verse. He revolutionized American poetry, invented a new poetic form, and opened up topics that no one else would touch. Walter Whitman was born in Huntington, Long Island, on May 31, 1819. He lived in Brooklyn as a child and throughout his career. He had a modest upbringing, and by age 11, he was pulled out of school to help support the family. He was a broad and voracious reader, especially novels, and by age 17, he turned to teaching while working in journalism. He did this for about 5 years. His work was considered controversial for his time, especially his 1855 poetry collection of Leaves of Grass. It is not much known about Whitman's private life, but it is generally assumed that he had 3 relationships. The first one, Peter Doyle, second one, Bill Duckett, and a third, a New York actor, Ellen Gray. In his notebooks, Whitman's disguised Doyle's initials as 16.4, or PD, for the 16th and 4th letter in the alphabet. In a letter dated August 21, 1890, he claimed to have 6 children, 2 of them dead. This claim has never been corroborated. On his photo with Duckett, it was described as modeled on the conventions of a marriage portrait. It was also rumored that in the spring of 1862, he had a romantic friendship with New York actor Ellen Gray. During the Civil War, he moved to D.C. to attend to his wounded brother George and volunteered in hospitals. During these traumatic visits, he witnessed firsthand the resulting carnage of the war. He interacted with soldiers who described to him the most astonishing atrocities from the battlefield. From these experiences, he produced a small book of poems called Drum Taps in 1865. Whitman suffered a stroke in 1873, which left him partially paralyzed. He moved to New Jersey until his death in 1892. He has been declared the first poet of democracy in the United States, a title meant to reflect his ability to write in a uniquely American way. Andrew Carnegie called him the great American poet so far. He influenced many great poets around the world. For example, in Latin America, the names of César Vallejo, Pablo Neruda, and Jorge Luis Borges. In Europe, Oscar Wilde and Edward Carpenter saw him as a prophet and aligned with their tendencies. Bram Stoker, the author of Dracula, notes that Whitman was the inspiration for the character. In 1997, the Walt Whitman Community School in Dallas opened, becoming the first private school catering to LGBT youth. In 2013, he was inducted into the Legacy Walk, an outdoor public display that celebrates LGBT history. Whitman never received the attention he deserved during his lifetime. Only until the 20th century did we learn to appreciate his poetry and understand what he accomplished.